Hey guys, as you know Christmas is here. Today I'll be making an eggless chocolate plum cake using Lifelong's air fryer. It's a super fun recipe, it's completely eggless and it's loaded with flavor. So make sure to try this out.
We start by getting our trusty lifelong air fryer. This is super amazing and I'm excited to use this. Then we start by making a sugar syrup for the cake. For that, I'll add equal parts of sugar and water to a saucepan and then we'll cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. After that time, it should look very pale in color and thick in terms of consistency. And you can do this simultaneously while preparing all the other ingredients. This recipe requires no eggs and that's the best part. So we'll be using some curd. So add that to your bowl along with your cooled sugar syrup and some brown sugar. You can also use jaggery powder or regular sugar. Then in goes some melted butter. Now give it a good mix using a whisk. Take your time and make sure that everything is emulsified nicely. To make this cake even more flavorful, I'll be zesting half an orange in this. You can also use lemon instead and then also add a little bit of vanilla extract, but that is completely optional. You can also use rum extract if you want. Give that another mix.
With that, our wet ingredients are ready. Now let's sift in our dry ingredients in this.
I'm going to add some maida first, followed by some cocoa powder since it's a chocolate cake, and some baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, and some ginger powder. Then just sift everything using a medium mesh sieve, and I also like to add some grated nutmeg into this, but that is completely optional. You can also add a pinch of salt if you'd like. And then combine this using a whisk. You can also use a spatula if you like. Make sure to only combine this 80% of the way because it's now time to add your soaked dry fruits. There are a lot of ways to make this, but you can do it any way you like and add about 1 cup of that inside your cake batter. You can use any variety of dry fruits. I like to go with a wide variety of them, like some raisins, cranberries, and dates, and a lot more of them.
The detailed recipe for these soaked dry fruits will be in the caption below, so make sure to check that out.
Apart from that, you can also add some nuts. I'm going with some almonds, pistachios, and walnuts. Just chop them up into bite-sized pieces and then add it to your cake batter. I also like to reserve some of them to use as topping on the cake later. You can totally play around with the dry fruits and the nuts that you're using and also adjust the quantity to your liking. If you're allergic to something, make sure to skip it out and then just fold the batter and transfer this to a lined cake tin. I'm using a 7-inch lined cake tin which has been lined with parchment paper, but you can also grease it with butter and then dust it with some maida as well if you don't have parchment paper. And then just spread it out evenly, and I like to just tap this on the counter a couple of times to release excess air bubbles. Now is the time to add some excess toppings such as some dried nuts that we saved earlier along with some of our soaked dry fruits, but that's completely optional. If you don't have anything left, then that's totally fine. You can just skip it.
Now that our cake is ready, let's preheat our air fryer to 135 degrees Celsius for roughly 5 minutes.
The touchscreen display of the lifelong air fryer makes it so fun to use. You can just turn it on and set the temperature to your liking. I'm going to set it for 135 degrees Celsius, which is the optimum temperature for my cake. Our air fryer is preheated now, so now we can just remove the basket and place our cake tin in carefully. You can also use oven gloves here if you want to be safe, and then just bake this for about 30 minutes.
My favorite thing for this lifelong air fryer is that it requires 90% less oil for cooking, which is really good for a healthy lifestyle, and it also has a very sleek and elegant design which is pleasing to the eye.
Let's also have a close look at the touchscreen panel. There are 8 preset options to choose from such as bake, grill, defrost, fry, roast and more. The air fryer also comes with a washable and detachable tray which is really convenient to clean and use. And with that, the timer is up. Now let's check out our cake by removing it very carefully using oven mittens and just checking it with a skewer. You can also use a cake tester like this or just gently press on the cake using your fingers. If it springs back up, it's done.
And with that, our eggless chocolate plum cake is absolutely ready without any oven, thanks to lifelong air fryer.
You can try this recipe out for this festive season and make sure to like, share and subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more such recipes.